welcome to Chisme del Cielo, where we talk about the only gossip we're sharing, the good news. I'm your host, Yahaira Valenzuela, and believe me when I say that words cannot express how excited I am to finally be starting this podcast. For those of you who know me personally, which right now is probably everybody who's listening to this trailer right now, y'all know that I have been talking about starting a Catholic podcast for a little over 2 years now. And the reason why is because about 2 years ago, I actually had my big moment of reconversion where I, praise God, came back to the church and truly committed to immersing myself in everything that our faith has to offer. Arguably, I never really left the church, but that's a story for another day, right? So while I was going through this, I was going through a lot of changes in my life, right? I was transitioning from being a college student to a working woman, at the start of my career. I was preparing to move back home after being away for 5 years. I was in this season of singleness, so it was really hard for me to find content that I could relate to, whether it was because I was finding cultural differences or vocational differences, or just, I don't know, it just wasn't for me, I was having a hard time finding something that I felt like, okay, this is perfect for me, like I can relate so well to this, and I love listening to this, right? Not to discredit any of the Catholic speakers or content creators or podcasters out there, because y'all, we are so blessed as Catholics. We have so many good Catholic resources at our fingertips, and I have learned so much from them. However, in that moment, I was not finding what I was needing from the media at that time. And so I had this idea. And granted, this was 2 years ago, so obviously my idea has evolved a lot through prayer and just a lot of thoughts that I've had over the past 2 years. But I had this idea to kind of start this podcast as a place where we can learn about our faith together, right? A judgment-free zone where you can ask me your questions, and I probably don't know the answers or I'm not qualified to answer off the top of my head, but I will do the research for you and find you someone who is qualified to give you a good answer that will help relieve your doubts or your worries about it. So let this be the place for you to ask your questions, because, as the name suggests, Chisme del Cielo, I wanted this to be a place where we could talk, chismear, about all things Catholicism and Jesus, right? Because if we're going to be talking about something, let it be something good, right? Because gossiping is a sin, y'all. But as Hispanics, like me as a Hispanic, it's really hard to not have grown up around chisme being so normalized. But again, if we're going to normalize it, let's normalize it in a good way. Let's give it our own little Catholic twist, right? So it's not actually chisme because, y'all, gossiping is a sin. But again, that's a topic for another day. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to have a little play on words with the name because I think it's fun and it shows my culture and my background, and I'm excited. I'm so excited, like I said, to finally be doing this. All I ask is for obviously your questions and for your open minds, and of course for your prayers, because prayer is what got me here 2 years later, and prayer is what's going to keep me going, because at the end of the day, I am nothing without him. So please, please, please send all the prayers that you can to me. But yeah, I'm excited. Let's learn together, let's grow together, and let's be saints together. If you're as excited for this podcast as I am, please give me a follow, leave a review or a comment or whatever it is that people leave on podcasts. And of course, please continue to pray for me as we embark on this journey together. God bless you all and stay tuned.